Hello, welcome back to Vlogmas. Do you have a deaf friend that you want to buy a Christmas gift for, or maybe a deaf relative and you don't really know what to get them? You don't have to buy deaf people stuff relating to their deafness, but if you do, these are the gifts for you. It looks so dark in here, but it's actually 1:05 in the afternoon, so winter. Just before we get started, I want to talk about my live stream that I'm going to try and do next week. So on the 10th of December at 7 PM, come and hang around on my channel and wait for me to hopefully go live. I've never done it before and I wanted to last year, it just didn't happen. So I'm going to try it for this year, and if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. It's not the end of the world. But I will be here and I hope I will see you there. So on with the deaf gifts. I'm also not sponsored by any company or any small business that I mention in this video because I am small and I just like the products. Gift idea number one is something from a small brand called Deaf Identity. I have done 2 videos on Deaf Identity before, so I will link one of them up here to where I got this jumper. They are a deaf-owned fashion brand and they make cool jumpers with deaf slogans on and BSL finger spelling. They also have cool hats, they have badges, they have stickers, they have all sorts of things. So if you have somebody in your life that wears their deafness proudly on their sleeve, a Deaf Identity jumper or hat or piece of merchandise is the gift for you. So the next gift, if your friend or relative wears hearing aids or a cochlear implant, you can buy them things to decorate them with. I have made a whole video on decorating your hearing aids, so I will also put a link to that up there. You can buy your deaf friend some tube twists to decorate their cochlear implant or their hearing aid. Mine look like this. Oh, spilling them everywhere. That is my small collection of tube twists. I got them from Here I Am Designs on Etsy. Don't worry, everything will be linked down in the description below, so definitely go and check those out. I'm in the UK and they seem to be the only people who actually sell tube twists at reasonable prices. They also sell really cute hearing aid charms, so you can get them some of those. I believe they work for both hearing aids and cochlear implants. If in doubt, feel free to ask your friend whether they would like to decorate their hearing aids or not. Open the conversation and have a discussion. I'm always happy to answer questions about hearing aids. Another good gift idea for deaf friends and relatives is deaf awareness badges. So it's no secret, I own an obscene amount of badges. How many badges is an obscene amount of badges? This is an obscene amount of badges. And yes, they're organised. Most of those are from Doodle People, also not sponsored. Things like, hello, I am deaf. I also have this one that sort of instructs people how to talk to me because people don't understand sometimes. I also have stuff like this for when I'm struggling to hear how loud that I need to be for people to hear me and my voice is starting to hurt. So not in the mood to talk is a really good badge to have because then people will either sign to me, they'll write stuff down, or they'll just leave me alone, which is a gift in itself sometimes. Also this one for people that get angry with me for shouting when I just can't hear how loud I need to be and how loud I am currently being. You can also get funny ones and funny slogans, so I've got one that says, if you keep chatting shit, I'll turn off my hearing aids. That badge is on a piece of clothing somewhere and I can't remember where it is. I also have one that says, I wish you had subtitles. Funny badges. Another good gift, or at least a gift that I would appreciate if I didn't already have the things I need, is actual accessibility tools. So perhaps every time you go to your deaf friend's house, they don't hear the doorbell, or you have to text them because you've rung the doorbell many times and they're like, oh sorry, I just didn't hear it, it's been a challenge recently. Maybe get them a flashing doorbell. I have one of these for my house and it is also extra loud so everybody hears it. Maybe they've overslept your last couple of meetings because they slept through their alarm clock because they didn't hear it. Perhaps a vibrating alarm clock might do them some good. Maybe have a conversation with your friends first instead of just buying them these things, but they are a good gift. I've mentioned it before in my hidden costs of disability, which I will also link to up there, that sometimes I can't afford all of the things that I need to make my life safe and easy and on the same sort of playing field as other people who aren't deaf or aren't disabled. So having some of those tools given to me as a gift has been just so helpful. So consider that this Christmas. The next gift you can give is the gift of sign language. So if you are new to my channel, hello, I'm learning British Sign Language. That was SSE, but I'm at intro level. If you want to know more about my learning British Sign Language journey, another card up here. The gift of sign language has so many layers to it. So you can gift them the resources that they might need to learn it themselves. So maybe they have talked about, oh, I really want to learn sign language, but it's just a bit expensive, I don't know where to start. A book, maybe not this one, I don't know if I recommend this one, but it's the one I have. Resources can really help pick up a starting point. You can also buy things like flashcards and post-it notes that you can stick on things around the house with the associated sign-on. You could also pay for Intro to BSL. At the moment it is still pay what you can. There will be links in the description, don't worry. Give them the password and the login details and say, it's good for a year, I've paid for it, if you want to do it. If you don't want to do it, no hard feelings. That would make a great gift. You could also give them some money towards BSL 1, BSL 2, BSL 3, whatever BSL lesson that they are studying next, because those are so expensive. And another way that you can give the gift of sign language is by learning some yourself. By making that commitment to learn a language so that you can communicate with them better and they can communicate with you better, that is the best gift you can give. The next thing is, if they do wear hearing aids, hearing aid gadgets. This is where a conversation about their hearing aid capabilities will come in useful, because there are many different types of accessories and gadgets. Not all hearing aids support all gadgets. You can get hearing aids that are Bluetooth, and I think that's my most commonly asked question about my hearing aids is, do they have Bluetooth? They do not have Bluetooth. They are NHS issues, so they just don't come with all the bells and whistles, but they do have a T-loop. So have a discussion with your friend about whether their hearing aids have Bluetooth or a T-loop or both. And if they have a T-loop, you can buy them some hearing aid ear hooks. They are the hearing aid equivalent to earphones. Or you can buy them a neck loop. I know these things just look like knotted up wires, and they sort of are. But this has my MP3 player on the other end, and yes, I have an MP3 player. So this one just goes over my head like that, simple, and then I just press a button on my hearing aids and now I can play music through it. It still has battery. Wow. Hearing aid gadgets are always cool. You could also buy them a pretty case to carry them in. You could buy them a special pouch to put their hearing aid batteries in. Anything that sort of will help them keep track of hearing aids and hearing aid accessories when they are out of the house, for example, or even just in the house. I have my tiny little ceramic dish that I keep my hearing aids in, but I don't always have something when I'm out and about, because if it rains, hearing aids out. That's it on my list of gift ideas for your deaf friends and relatives for if you want to choose a gift related to their deafness. Everybody is different and everybody feels different about their hearing loss or their deafness or their hardness of hearing. Not everybody with hearing loss uses the term deaf, so that's just something to be mindful of if you're going to buy deaf awareness badges. So if you buy somebody a badge that says, hello, I am deaf, and they hate using the term deaf for themselves, that could be a problem. Have the conversation. You should have these conversations anyway. That is all of my gift ideas for deaf friends and relatives. Don't forget to like this video. Drop a comment down below if you have any gift ideas for deaf friends that I have not mentioned. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already and ring that notification bell so you get notified every single time I post a new video. Videos go up every Saturday at 6 PM UK time with at least one bonus video every single month, apart from this month, where I am doing Vlogmas and there are 25 videos in 25 days. Wish me luck. See ya!